Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Pattaya, and I'm your host Nick Penderell, and this gentleman here is
Dave Buckley from REM.
And our guest today is Raj from Universal Group. Welcome, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me over.
Thank you, it's our pleasure. So tell us a little bit about what Universal Group are doing in Pattaya.
As you know, right now we've got two big projects going on. The first one that we have is Seven Seas, which is located on Soil Chaya Brook. And the second one that we have is the Savannah Sands condos, which is on Soil Wat Boom. Both of them, Seven Seas is already under construction, and Savannah Sands should be starting construction in April.
Right. That's,
How many units in total in those two?
We're looking at a combined number of nearly 3,000 units.
Wow.
Serious condominiums, eh?
You don't do things by halves. Go big or go home.
But am I right in thinking that one is low rise and the other is going to be high?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, Savannah Sands is the first high-rise condominium in Jomtien. We're the first ones to launch it, while Seven Seas is about 8 buildings of 8 floors each. So one is the low-rise, one is the high-rise.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Universal Group's background, because a lot of developers have been developing in Pattaya for like a decade or more, but you seem to have just arrived on the scene from nowhere and just amazed everybody by the quality of the projects and the speed that you're selling.
Thanks for your words. Although we're relatively new in Thailand and Pattaya, we've just been here a few years, but Universal Group actually started back in 1970 in India. So we've actually been around for about 4 decades already.
Right.
We already have experience in hospitality, import-exports, manufacturing, and construction back in India. So we're definitely not newcomers in the game here.
No, you obviously know what you're doing. So what was the strategic decision to come to Thailand in the first place? Because obviously you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose Pattaya. Yes. So what was the reason for choosing here?
It's not our first international project because we already got our base in Africa and Dubai as well. But we're looking to expand somewhere more on the Asian side. We look at a lot of other countries like Indonesia, Malaysia. One of the good reasons about Thailand is it was booming. It's so well connected. Everybody wants to come out here. And the time was just right, So we just went for the kill and got ourselves here.
Do you have many Indian customers, or what's your sort of chief customer base, or do you sell to anyone and everyone?
Well, besides Thais, of course, we've got actually a lot of Russians, Germans, Chinese, Japanese. Indians, not as much. We are actively actually marketing it in India too, but I just guess the niche market is totally different for these projects.
But I mean, Thailand is attracting a lot of Indian tourists, isn't it?
Definitely, but it's also for tourism, but for people who are looking for second homes and retirement homes, it's a total different market. I mean, Indians would definitely prefer having something back home than trying to.
So if they were looking for a second home, they'd probably still buy within India.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big country, I know.
Exactly.
Lots of other opportunities
for that.
So your first project was Seven Seas. When did you launch this project?
It's been about 2 years now.
Right.
Yeah, a little over 2 years. Yeah.
I know you've been selling well. What percentage you sold out now?
They're nearly 80% out.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And I was quite surprised because you got your EIA through surprisingly quickly compared to the norm.
Yeah, we got pretty quick actually. We had a great architect company backing us, and we had everything right on paper. So I don't see why you shouldn't get it.
You need EIA for 8 stories, do you?
Oh yeah, you need EIA for I think every project.
Just about everything now, is it?
Yeah, well, certainly something.
I thought there was a distinct advantage to having 8 stories. It was an easier sort of planning process or something.
No,
obviously that's out of date information. Sorry about that.
Sell me on Seven Seas. What makes it unique from other developments in Pattaya?
It's a world away from every day. Our tagline, you know. I mean, it's not just a brick and mortar building. You know, it's a total concept. You walk into a total resort feeling. You got 7 beautiful islands, with each one having a different concept. You got I think among, if not Pattaya, definitely Thailand's biggest, if not Thailand, Pattaya's biggest swimming pool.
Right.
So it's got a lot more to offer besides a shelter over your head.
Right.
So if you're looking for something extra, I think Seven Seas it is.
Well, what sort of price range is still available now? Yeah.
We, like I said, we are nearly 80% sold out, you know, and it really depends.
Have all the studios been snapped
yeah,
up?
absolutely. Yeah. You know, I mean,
pretty common in most developments.
Those are all usually the hotcakes, you know. Even for Savannah, they're like selling out like crazy, you know.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
And what types of units are available there?
We have a few 1-bed and 2-bed. Studios are definitely a little hard to come by.
Right. You Missy Child's folks should have got in earlier.
Unless we have cancellations, which we can put back on the market. I don't think so, you know. But watch out for Savannah. They have a lot more.
All right, that's the one to go if you miss out.
Are you
on
still to
Seven
release
Seas.
phases of Savannah, or is it all released now?
No, we are yet in the release phases. We've actually released only one of the towers so far. So you get 2 more towers to go at yet, you know.
So if you liked one of the towers or something in the first tower and missed out, there's going to be another chance.
Yeah.
But presumably the price will have gone up a little bit, yeah?
Not as much, definitely. You know, I mean, well, you should have gotten it when we launched it. But the pricing is yet pretty interesting, I would say, compared to the other projects, you know. So I wouldn't say it would be beyond anyone's scope. So
Going back to Seven Seas, I take it construction's well underway now?
Yeah, the buildings are all up,
Right.
All of them?
Yeah, nearly. If you quite a few of them are already on their 8th floor. Like there are 8 buildings are 8 floors each, so most of them on the 8th floor.
So when do you think people will start to move in a year's time?
Optimistically, we're looking at the first quarter of next year.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if everything goes on plan, and we're definitely looking at the first quarter of next year. You know.
That's a pretty impressive turnaround on such a huge project, being one of the biggest resorts in Pattaya.
Well, our name was at stake, you know, because it was our first project. I think it had to be something we did right from day one, you know, from launching it.
Yes, you don't want to get a reputation for not delivering.
Exactly, because we will be living off this one. Like this is going to be what establishes us. So we had to do everything right.
Right.
So and it looks like everything is. You know?
Certainly, the results seem to be speaking for themselves in that respect. And Seven Seas, are all the apartments that you sell fully furnished?
Yeah, they're fully furnished. That's how we sell them. But in case you don't want it furnished, then we can sell you the shell as well. You know? So it's your call. Yeah.
But the expectation is that they'll take it furnished.
Yeah.
Well, I always think that if you go to a show house or show unit and you like what you see, then you sort of want that, don't you?
Absolutely.
You buy into the whole thing, don't you? Really?
Save yourself the hassle. You know, it's really modern. It's really contemporary. Like, it's got everything that you need. So if you like it, just take it. You know.
Yeah, also, I know a lot of developments are sold fully furnished, but one thing is yours really do seem to be fully furnished because you've got a deal with Samsung,
Yeah. They are our partners, so all our electronics, like your TV, fridges, are all from Samsung, you know. So,
all right, so a decent standard of
absolutely
electrics.
And so anybody who's interested in buying Seven Seas, what should they do?
Well, come down to our showroom, you know. I mean, that's one of the best ways, or you can go to our website and chat to our agents online to get any information you want. Email us, you know, we've got a lot of options. So, but I would say the best would be come down, have a look, talk to us, you know.
Right, so that's on Chayapruk, yes.
Yeah, Chayapruk.
Chayapruk or what boom?
So our boom is Savannah Sands.
Savannah Sands, okay.
Okay.
He's only trying to
I think we finished pushing 7 Seas. Let's talk about your new project a little more, Savannah Sands. So this seems to be quite a unique concept for Pattaya.
Like I said, it's one of the first high rises in Jomtien. And because we strongly believe in giving a good theme to our entire project,
right.
Like 7 Seas, as the name said, was more about islands and seas and everything. Savannah Sands, we've taken our inspiration from African savannas,
right.
And got a little beach into it.
Okay.
So the theme is, of course, the selling point.
Right.
Then besides that, of course, it's a high rise. It's got all the other facilities you need: a good clubhouse, restaurants on sites. Matter of fact, it's a bit more of a lifestyle condo resort,
right.
Compared to 7 Seas.
Yeah. And I guess one of the attractions of it being a high-rise is the sea views from a lot of most.
Definitely the sea views. Like if you.
What floor do you need to be above to get a decent sea view?
We're looking at anything above 14 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's where you start getting a good view of the sea. And the higher you go, of course.
And how tall? How many floors to the towers?
It's about 27 floors, 26, 27, because the last floors are the penthouse, which are double height. So.
Oh, right.
I see. Yeah.
Tell us, that sounds exciting, these penthouses. How big are those and how many bedrooms do they have?
The penthouse right now, we are really, it's like, because it's such niche, we're giving the customer the opportunity to make it the way they want it.
Right.
One of the beauty of the penthouse is it's got its own private lobby and elevator access, so you don't need to use the general. And we could do it for you, but we want you to come in there and do it yourself. So that's why we're giving to you as a shell scheme.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What's the sort of start? The basic price in the development.
We started with a price range of about $2,000 per square meter. But of course, as time goes by, we're going to be increasing that as well. So.
But if someone came along and wanted to buy in Savannah Sands today, what's the best unit they could get for? Well, sorry, the least expensive one, let's say.
Which are of course our studio apartments, and we've got something starting from $1 million, which is a 999 crazy sales we had.
So the second phase.
Let's keep some surprises.
Yes. Yeah, you can't buy any second phase.
I can't show you all my cards right now.
No. We were hoping for an exclusive here today, but we didn't get one.
We failed miserably.
You'll just have to stay tuned.
You heard it here last, folks. So, when is this likely to start construction then?
April. We're starting our construction, the piling and everything in April. We've got a ceremony, the groundbreaking ceremony in April, and after that construction starts full swing. Yeah.
So your EIA's through already on this one, is it? Or really there?
It's on the way.
Right,
definitely.
okay.
I think by April we will have good news too.
Right.
Another excuse for a party?
Definitely. We don't need an excuse to party.
So I've got to say, Universal Group's parties are legendary, and I'm sorry for the amount of wine that I've gone through at your place. That's all mine. But it was you've done some very, very good events, and looking forward to the next one at Savannah Sands.
Soon, very soon. Yeah.
So construction starts in April of this year. When are you looking for completion?
It is a bigger project than 7 Seas. We're looking at about 3.5, 4 years at least.
All right.
Because not only because it's a high rise, even in terms of the landscaping and cooling, it is a little intensive. So it will take a longer time, but it's well worth the wait.
And your showroom there, Soy What Boom.
Yeah.
Your showroom's open 7 days a week?
7 days a week, definitely, from morning 9 to 7 in the evening, or even later.
If you're around with plenty of money in your pocket, then
just drop by.
Well, that all sounds excellent. So everybody, if you're interested in 7 Seas, head down to Soy Chayapuruk and have a look at the showroom there. If you're interested in some high-rise living, then go to the showroom for Savannah Sands on Soy What Boom and grab yourself a bargain. Thank you very much, Raj, and hope to see you again soon.
Definitely. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
He's done it 1 second again.